So, artificial intelligence, it's about to change, well, pretty much everything about how we work, especially right here in India. But what does that actually mean for your job, for your career? In this explainer, we're going to cut through all the hype and give you a really clear look at the challenges, the massive opportunities, and the exact steps you can take to come out on top in this new world. Let's get right into it.
Okay, I want you to picture this. You're stuck in a meeting, it's dragging on, and you suddenly realize, oh man, I need to book a flight home for tonight. But you don't pull out your phone, you don't type anything, you just think it. And a few moments later, your phone buzzes. Flight's booked, cab's on its way, and your favorite biryani is going to be waiting for you when you get there. Sounds like sci-fi, right? Well, it's not.
And the wild part is just how close we are to this being our everyday reality. You've got researchers at places like MIT who are already building these non-invasive gadgets that can basically understand your brain signals. Now you combine that with the AI we already have today, agents that know your calendar, your location, your preferences, and suddenly this whole thought-powered assistant thing doesn't seem so far-fetched. The building blocks are already here.
But hang on, here's the really crucial part of that story. That AI didn't just book a flight. It did the job of a travel agent, a personal assistant, and a food delivery coordinator, all in a split second. And that amazing convenience, it comes with a pretty serious wake-up call. Because if one AI can do all of that, what does that mean for the people whose jobs involve those exact tasks today?
And look, this isn't just some wild guess. A huge report from Microsoft put a really stark number on this whole shift. They pinpointed 40 specific job categories where AI is about to make a massive impact. And the one thing they all have in common is simple, but it's profound. If your job happens mostly in front of a computer, you are right on the front lines of this change.
So which jobs are we talking about here? Well, think about the jobs that follow a pretty predictable, rule-based pattern. You know, what you might call template jobs. Things like data entry, basic customer support, even a lot of entry-level coding and graphic design. These are roles that follow a clear if this, then that kind of logic, and that's exactly what AI is brilliant at. And some people estimate that these kinds of tasks make up a huge chunk, maybe even up to 80% of the work done in a lot of professions.
And this brings us to a really surprising twist. For years, we all thought robots would take over manual labor jobs first. But it turns out, the reality is the complete opposite. That same report that flagged all the digital jobs also highlighted how resilient the physical jobs are. Nurses, electricians, carpenters, plumbers. Turns out, dealing with the messy, unpredictable real world takes a kind of smarts and physical skill that AI is still a long, long way from mastering.
And if you're thinking, okay, but this is all way off in the future, think again. We've already hit a major turning point. A human being recently became the last person to ever win a major competitive programming contest. Since then, it's been all AI every time. We have AI models right now that can solve software problems at the level of a top engineer with 10 years of experience. The game has totally changed.
Okay, let's bring this home. Because for us in India, this isn't just a tech shift, it's a deep economic challenge. The way our entire workforce is structured, it actually makes us uniquely vulnerable to this AI revolution.
This quote just hits the nail on the head. It perfectly captures our traditional model. In India, our biggest strength has always been our people, right? We built our massive service economy on this idea of just throwing more people at a problem until it's solved. But AI? AI is designed to do the exact opposite. Its entire purpose is to wipe out the very inefficiencies our job market was built on.
And that is the big question, isn't it? The one that keeps people up at night. If the very foundation of our job market starts to crumble, what do? Where in the world do we go from here?
But this is where the whole story flips. Because with every massive disruption like this, huge new opportunities are born. The real key is knowing where to look and how to pivot from being scared to being empowered.
The way forward isn't about trying to compete with AI at doing repetitive stuff. No way. It's about becoming the person who uses AI for everyone else. Think about the backbone of India's economy, millions and millions of small and medium businesses. The owner of a local shop or a small factory doesn't have time to learn about prompt engineering. They just need someone to help them use AI to find more customers. That gap, right between what AI can do and what people are actually doing with it, that is the single biggest opportunity of the next decade.
So what does that actually look like? Well, it's about becoming a new kind of freelancer or consultant. You could build AI agents that automatically find new customers for a local furniture store. Or you could set up AI voice agents that handle all the sales follow-up calls for a real estate agent. Or you could help a small company automate its internal paperwork. These weren't jobs of the future. These are things you can literally start doing today.
And all of this is creating a brand new business model called service as a software. Think of it like this. Instead of hiring a giant call center, you build a smart AI system that handles 95% of the customer questions. Then you hire a small, super skilled team of humans to handle only the most complicated problems that the AI can't. You're still delivering a service, but you're doing it with the incredible efficiency of software.
All right, so if that's the big opportunity, how do you actually get started? Let's dive into the playbook, the specific tools and skills you need to be working on right now.
First things first, you have to understand that not all AIs are the same. Each one has its own superpower. Grok, for instance, is plugged into X, so it's amazing for getting a real-time pulse on what people are thinking. ChatGPT is like your brilliant all-rounder, perfect for quick brainstorming or rewriting an email. But for really deep, high-quality work, for building out entire projects, a lot of the pros are now turning to Claude. Just knowing which tool to pull out for which job is a huge advantage.
Now, the single most valuable skill in this new world is knowing how to talk to AI. It's called prompt engineering. And there's a really simple but powerful framework for this called the magic prompt formula. Before you type anything, just think about these 4 things. Give the AI a role, tell it your objective, provide some context, and if you can, give it some data.
And the difference is just night and day. If you type, write a leave email, you'll get a boring generic template. But if you use the formula, something like, you're an expert negotiator, role, you need to convince my really busy boss, context, to approve a last-minute leave request, objective, you're going to get something so much more powerful and persuasive. That's the difference between just using AI and actually directing it.
Okay, here's a little secret weapon you can start using today. It's a tool called Crystal Knows. What it does is it looks at a person's online presence and gives you a breakdown of their personality and how they like to communicate. It's basically like getting a user manual for another human being. Imagine walking into a job interview or a big sales meeting already knowing the best way to talk to that person. That's a serious edge.
So here's the most important point of all. Do not wait. The old path of get your degree, then look for a job is over. While you're still in college or even high school, start building. Do 5 small AI projects. Help a local Kirana store set something up. Build a portfolio. Because when a company sees that you've already been doing this stuff in the real world, they'll know you can come in and crush it from day one.
Look, we are at a turning point in history. The old career playbooks, the old templates for success, they're broken. The question isn't, what job am I going to get anymore? The question is, what problems can I solve? The tools to build incredible things are cheaper and more accessible than they have ever been. So the only real question left is, what are you going to build with them?